Hey everyone, David here with a vlog. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I figured might as well do it. Plus, I'm kind of taking a break from reviews, and by break I mean like a couple days because I'm a little swamped. I'm trying to get some video games done, and some stuff has been on the news, on the interwebs that relate to stuff that I like, that I would like to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about them. Plus, I think I've been asked a couple of times for me to go ahead and talk about some of these things, so I'm going to go ahead and refer to them. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my giveaway, which will be ending this coming weekend, March 1st. So if you have not entered my giveaway, which is still going on, please enter. All you got to do is just look up the video that's entitled Dark Spider David's 5-year giveaway. Go into that video, watch the video for the instructions, and then follow those instructions, and there you go. Contest ends, or sweepstakes, or giveaway, whatever the hell you prefer to call it, ends this Saturday, March 1st. And then I'm looking to post a video either late Sunday night or Monday morning, announcing the winners. And that video, I want to do something special with it, and I'm trying to figure out if it's going to happen or not, but for now, we'll just have to wait and see. But in that video, we'll go ahead and announce the winners. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that have been a-buzzing lately. Let's go ahead and talk about some trailers that have been coming out recently. First up, Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been looking forward to this movie, but I was never like pumped up for it because, much like almost everybody else, I had no idea who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy were until things started coming to light after all the casting news and all the announcements of who's going to be writing and directing the movie and what kind of approach they're going to take with it. But I think this trailer summed it all up. And after this trailer, I can definitely say I'm definitely looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy. I am super officially pumped up for it. Because from what I've heard, I haven't read the comics obviously, but from what I hear from people that have either read the comics or have done a little bit of investigation into the characters of Guardians of the Galaxy, they say that the original source material is supposed to be comedic in tone, so they're actually going to go ahead and go for that tone based on what on the feel that this trailer is giving off, which is supposed to be somewhat of a science fiction comedy with the song that they're using that I'm never going to be able to listen to again without thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you very much. And just the way that they're portraying these characters, I think it was who was it? Somebody that I watch. It's either Jeremy Johns or the Schmoes. Schmoes knows. No, I always put an S at the end of that name. Just like it. But it was one of them too who said that the way that they're showing these characters off in the trailer is kind of like The Usual Suspects, and I love that because I really love that movie. So I really enjoy this trailer, and I really liked it a lot. I can hardly find anything bad about the trailer because it does everything right in showing us and teasing us with things that make us get pumped for the movie. The only thing that I can nitpick about it would be that the jokes that are in the trailer are not going to be as funny when you watch them in the movie, but I mean, that's going to happen with any trailer, whether it be action sequences or jokes. The only thing that you should worry about would be actual plot devices that are being completely given away in the trailer when they shouldn't have. And the second trailer that came out recently would be the second trailer for Godzilla, which I was already looking forward to an awful lot. I dare say even more than Guardians of the Galaxy, mainly because I grew up watching Godzilla, not every single Godzilla movie, so don't go ahead and pin me as a total Godzilla aficionado, but I did see some of the late 90s movies, yes, including the US remake, but also, what was it, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla Final Wars, and now we got the reboot for Godzilla, which is going to go ahead and stay a little more true to what Godzilla was all about, which is to be more of a horror movie, but with the killer being an actual giant monster rather than an actual serial killer and whatnot, and treating it more like an actual disaster movie rather than a tongue-in-cheek popcorn flick like the '98 version was. And that's what the first trailer gave off for me. And now the second trailer, I feel, is more of an expansion of that first trailer. That first trailer was about a minute and a half. This one's about 2.5 minutes. And it kind of has that exact same tone. It just has a few more shots of things going on rather than than instead of the first trailer that was just much more condensed. This one showed a lot more. It had Bryan Cranston narrating over the entire thing, and much like everybody else, I cannot listen to Bryan Cranston being that serious and dramatic without thinking of Heisenberg. Yeah, that's just set in stone, which is a bit of a problem for Bryan Cranston, which makes me feel bad because now I'm gonna think Heisenberg, unless he does something that's just groundbreaking, which I'm hoping he does. I mean, he was cast in this movie where he's going to be playing a blacklisted screenwriter, so I'm looking forward to what he does with that. But for now, I will say that I can just think of straight up Walter White when I hear his narration in this trailer. But still, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be great. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's also a pretty good actor, also known to many of you geeks and nerds as Kick-Ass, is in this trailer. But I'm going to have to confess that he, based on what I see in the few glimpses we get of him, he's going to be playing some sort of soldier, but I find it kind of funny that in the trailer, or in the movie rather, he's portraying this soldier with this haircut, this not rather clean haircut, and he looks, like a very tough looking soldier. But then when he starts talking, much like with Bryan Cranston, I can't think of anything else than Kick-Ass when he says that one line in this trailer, "Can we kill it?" I just see Kick-Ass with the glasses and the moppy hair, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad for this. I feel like maybe he should have gone with the British accent, because if you guys don't know, Aaron Taylor Johnson is British. I really think that he should have gone with the British accent to at least look a little more tough than he already came across. It kind of reminds me of how David Beckham always looks like this very man's man soccer player, but then when he starts talking, he's like, "Hello, my name is David Beckham. Oh, cheerio." He's got this really rather puny voice. And I thought the same thing with Aaron Taylor Johnson with that one line. Although, who knows, maybe he might have something else stored for us when we actually watch the movie, but I really wish he would have gone with that British accent. I think it would have been a little better. But the main attraction of this movie is Godzilla himself, and so far, like I said, I still get that similar vibe that I did with the first trailer. They're still using that very creepy music, that music that does give me goosebumps, especially when you think about the monstrosity that is Godzilla, how huge and massive he's going to be in this movie. My only complaint would have to be that last shot that shows Godzilla's face. Not a complete full body shot, but you do see his face right there about to roar or give, his flamethrower beam thing, whatever it's called. I wish that shot, if they were going to go ahead and use it, they should have used at least half of how long that shot lasted. I think it lasted just a little too long enough to kind of take away just a little bit from the experience of actually seeing Godzilla when we finally see the movie May 16th. But where I do give credit towards that shot would have to be how it's actually composed, because it's not just a full close-up of Godzilla. It actually shows him from far away, and around the shot you have these doors closing in, and it's from a human's point of view down below, so it kind of gives that atmosphere of, if you were to look at this thing from that point of view in real life, what would you do? I know for a fact that it would involve a pair of pantaloons and fecal matter. But of course, there's no denying that I'm still looking forward to Godzilla an awful lot. It's only 2.5 months away, so I just cannot look forward to it anymore. I've already declared Godzilla to be my IMAX movie of the year. I do believe it's coming out in IMAX 3D, which is awesome, and it's only fitting. I mean, it's Godzilla. A massive movie star deserves a massive screen size. And I'm definitely going to be seeing it in the IMAX 3D format. And before I get off these trailers, I will commend the trailers for not showing too much, because they're still actually playing it safe with showing too much, and I really have to give mad props to the people who cut these trailers together, because they didn't show that much, unlike that fucking stupid Captain America Winter Soldier trailer. When I went to go see RoboCop, they played the latest Captain America Winter Soldier trailer, the second trailer, the 2.5-minute trailer, and I hate that thing. I hate it because it did what it was not supposed to do, which is to show an awful lot. I hope some of you guys can back me up, but please, if you have not seen the new Captain America trailer, the second one, not the first one, because the first one's only about 2 minutes, and it shows quick cuts of stuff going on, so it doesn't really show an awful lot, and that one's safe, but the second one shows glimpses of things that, despite being half a second long, it's long enough to be embedded into my brain, and now I'm like, okay, now I know what happens with that, now I know that this gets brought back into Winter Soldier. Oh my god. If you have not seen this new trailer, the second trailer for Captain America, the Winter Soldier, do not watch it. Other than that, let's see, what else could I possibly talk about? Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Long story short, performance-wise, I think he could do a good job because I felt a little bit of Lex Luthor when he played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. He had that narcissistic kind of attitude, and I definitely consider Lex Luthor to have that. So performance-wise, it would have been great, but the main problem is that despite being around the similar age as Henry Cavill, around early 30s, he just doesn't look like it. Okay, that's the major problem. Jesse Eisenberg is still in that age where he can pass off as a 19-year-old. So it's very tough to see Jesse Eisenberg visually as Lex Luthor. And to top it off, I've read somewhere, I'm hoping this is not true, but I read somewhere that he's going to be playing a skinhead version of Lex Luthor, a, 20-something skinhead version of Lex Luthor. Oh, God. Yeah. Can't remember who said it once again, but somebody called this thing officially a circus, and it's just DC trying to catch up with Marvel, which will just be ever more humiliating now if Marvel actually pulls off a movie with a raccoon shooting a machine gun on top of a talking tree. DC. Okay, so moving on. I'm still gonna go see Batman vs Superman. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's Batman vs Superman. We're still gonna have Batman and Superman facing off in a movie, so we still have somewhat of an obligation as nerds and geeks alike to go see this movie. I don't know how that failed. That's the effect that this freaking movie is having on me right now. But I'm keeping my guard up an awful lot. And the last topic I'm going to talk about for this vlog will have to be the upcoming Academy Awards. I was going to go ahead and do another picks and predictions video for the 86th Academy Awards this coming Sunday, but unfortunately time has swiped at my feet, and I ran out of time to make a video talking about my picks and predictions specifically, down to every important category, such as the screenwriting categories and the acting and the directing and the motion picture categories as well, whether it be the actual best picture category or the best animated feature film. So I can't go into full detail about who should win and who will win because I have not seen every single best picture nominee. I will definitely see every best picture nominee by Sunday. I have enough time for that, but I don't have enough time to make a video about it and post it at least a few days ahead of time before the actual ceremony, so that enough people could watch it and be like, yeah, that should win, or that should have gotten nominated. That kind of discussion in the comments below. So because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and just briefly talk about it within this vlog, along with all these other subjects. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of give my picks based on what has been winning and based along with some of the movies that I have managed to watch. Because I have been able to watch a few of the movies that have been nominated, so I'm going to go ahead and just give a little bit of input on that. Let's go ahead and talk about screenwriting categories. I don't know, because I sincerely do not remember who's nominated for screenwriting. I do know a few here and there, like 12 Years a Slave and Captain Phillips and Philomena and movies like that are nominated, but I don't know every single one of them. And because there's two categories, adapted and original, I can't remember. So let's go ahead and skip those categories and move on to the acting. There's two categories that I have a surefire pick on, a lock, like based on what they have been winning and based on the actual performances themselves, because I have managed to watch the movie that these two performances were in. I can definitely say that the safe bet, the movie that I would actually go ahead and wager money on to win Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor would be Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto for, or Leto, however you pronounce his last name, for Dallas Buyers Club. They are winning Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor based on what they have already won so far, and also because their performances were just that great. Because I did manage to watch Dallas Buyers Club. I know I have not seen every single one of the other nominees just yet, but I did watch American Hustle, and despite the Bradley Cooper and Christian Bale's performances being really great, I never thought Oscar when I saw them, except for maybe Bradley Cooper here and there, and the same thing for Christian Bale, especially if that stomach was really his and not a prosthetic, because there were moments where I thought to myself, is that a prosthetic? Because his face is still regular size. Like, everything else still looks the same. The only difference would be that stomach. So I'm like, is that a prosthetic, or did he really gain weight for the role? Despite them being great, I still think that it's a lock for Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club. And it's funny because it's the female acting categories that I feel it's just a little bit of a toss-up. The only one that I don't feel would be that much of a toss-up, and there's a particular front-runner, so to speak, would be Cate Blanchett for Best Actress, which was magnificent. I did see Black Jasmine. No, that's another exploitation film. No, Blue Jasmine. I did see that movie, and Cate Blanchett was just magnificent. For a moment, Cate Blanchett completely disappeared, and I actually thought of Jasmine French, I think her last name was, to be a real person. So that's how magnificent she was in that movie, and I definitely think that she's going to win, even though there are some other performances I've heard in that category to have been just as good. Although, let's see, Best Actress. Who have I not seen in the best? Okay, we got Cate Blanchett, Amy Adams, Sandra Bullock, Meryl Streep, of course, every year, and who else was nominated for Best Actress? Who am I missing? Best Actress. Oh, I'm probably gonna have to cut right here so I can really quick think of who was nominated for Best Actress. Who else? Kate Winslet? I mean, she's always nominated too, I don't know. Judi Dench. There you go. Judi Dench for Philomena, who, actually, now that I think about it, I did see every Best Actress okay, I can legitimately say Cate Blanchett will win Best Actress, because I did see everybody. I did see Philomena. I did see Gravity twice. I did see American Hustle. I did see... Who else was nominated? Well, I already said... Okay, Cate Blanchett, Judi Dench, Amy Adams, Sandra Bullock, and Meryl Streep. Yeah, there you go. I've seen all of them in their respective movies, and I can honestly say that Cate Blanchett is going to win. Because everybody else, despite giving a great performance, the only one that can probably knock Cate Blanchett off would be, of course, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep would probably be the only one that can, because thinking back, there's some scenes in August Osage County that I did look at Meryl Streep and go, holy, whoa. Okay, so those are the only two that have a neck-and-neck chance, but based on what she has been winning, it would probably be Cate Blanchett. Best Supporting Actress, that's the definite toss-up, and that's another category that I have not seen everybody for sure. I know that one. But based on what they have been winning, it's either Lupita Nyong'o or Jennifer Lawrence. And Jennifer Lawrence, like I said, I did see American Hustle, and I did think that out of all the performances in that movie, she was the standout. Not just because she's my wife, but because I did genuinely think that she gave that great of a performance, an Oscar nomination worthy performance. But in terms of actually winning, I honestly cannot say. I really want to see 12 Years a Slave to really determine, out of those two who have been winning all these awards up to date, who would actually be the one to come out on top. Now, Best Director, based on what he's been winning, Alfonso Cuarón. I really cannot see anybody else winning, because up until this point, Alfonso Cuarón has been hailed as the best director of this year after spending 4.5 years or so of his life on this one movie. So probably Alfonso Cuarón is going to win Best Director. As for Best Film, I will have to say 12 Years a Slave. That's the movie that has been also getting the Best Picture equivalent of awards from various different associations and that kind of stuff. So I definitely think that there's actually going to be a split. It's going to be Best Director Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, but Best Picture is going to go to 12 Years a Slave. And before I forget, Best Animated Feature Film, Frozen. I mean, really? Can it be anything else than Frozen? I think the only movie that can possibly knock Frozen out for Best Animated Film would be a movie that could be considered a very tour de force kind of animated film that not a whole lot of people have seen. And I do believe that the latest and possibly last Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you pronounce it, film, The Wind Rises, I believe that's what it's called, could possibly be that movie that can knock Frozen out and actually come out on top as the winner. But honestly, it would be a bit of a long shot, and my money is on Frozen. How can it not be Frozen? Those are my picks, and now we just wait and see if I was right or wrong come Sunday night. So thank you guys for watching. I am actually tired now, my voice is giving out. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video with a reminder to go ahead and enter my giveaway that will be ending this coming Monday, and I hope to post a video either late Sunday night or Monday morning, not only announcing the winners for the giveaway, but also talking about the Oscars to see who won, who lost, and who should have won. Because by then I will have seen all of the films that have been nominated, along with the addition of making that video a little something special, a little something. But I will have to wait and see how that plays out. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time guys, see you later.